Now live.
All right. Well, sorry about that, y'all. That was just the first little mix up there. But we back live. We're gonna get my man Sky back in the building. You know what I'm saying? He's jumping back in, you know, and we're gonna finish this conversation, IGs, y'all know how it is, that 60-minute thing, but we're gonna work that out too, I promise you.
Getting Mr. Skyzoo right back on.
Okay. All right, peace, bro. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay.
Yo, sorry about that. You already know how they do us here. We working it out, but I'm gonna find another way to get this going without those
So
interruptions.
you was already on for an hour.
Yeah, we started at 7:30. I did what I
Oh, that's
did.
why. Okay,
Yeah,
that's why.
because my setup, what I was doing, my co-host Big Noah, he's in here. What we do is let him listen to a throwback joint, let him give his feedback on it.
Yeah.
Today's joint was Das Effects Back in Effect.
Okay.
That's
Word up.
we rock on that on a regular basis. We take that with us to the barbershop and all that,
Yeah. Okay. Word up. But yeah. So back to the convo. Now we back in here.
Word. So, like our relationship just grew organically, man. You saw that I was a true lover of not just your music, but hip hop in general, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we connected from there. And like, I never really, we've had conversations at different shows, things like that. And I told you which joints I love about that from you and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But what I wanted to ask you while I had you, because, when you're at the shows, everybody wants some time, you know what I'm saying? But my favorite song, Dear Whoever, we talked about that before. I just wanted to know if you could just give me some insight personally on if you can remember making Dear Whoever. What went into that, bro?
Oh man, Dear Whoever, 2009, Salvation, debut album, Duck Down, Jamla Duck Down, the first album Jamla ever released. But that's a different conversation. Let's see. So I'm working on the album. Knife is on it, and Knots is on it, and Black Milk, and just all the awesome dudes, Just Blaze and Needles, and Illmind and I had gotten very close over the years. I met Illmind in 2005 via Crisis. Crisis introduced me to Illmind.
Dr. Crisis.
And we met in like 05. So we had been cool for years, And then when it came time for the album, he was somebody who I was like, yeah, I gotta have Illmind on the album, point blank. I gotta have Meezy on it. I always call him Meezy. I gotta have Meezy on the joint. So I called him up, and he came to my man Nice, his studio in Long Island, where I used to record everything at.
Dr. E Nice, I met him too.
Yeah, my man DJ Nice. So he came out. He drove out to Long Island and brought a gang of beats and was just playing all these beats and playing beats, and I didn't know what I wanted. I just knew I needed him on the album, so I'm just listening to beats and seeing what sticks, and everything was so crazy, and he had this sound that he was really crafting at the time, and it was really, really dope, man. And then he played this one joint, and I was like, oh, and it was different from everything else he had played. All the stuff he had played was like the stuff he was doing for G-Unit and the stuff he was doing for Little Brother. And it was like that type of sound, which was so crazy. But this one joint, I was like, yo, what is that? You know what I mean? And then I was just like, yo, that's the one, bro. That's the one. And I picked that one, and I was just sitting, vibing to it. And I didn't know where I would go on it. But looking at the concept of what the Salvation was about, desire and wanting it and wanting to go get it and being stuck in these other worlds and having this dream and trying to get out to go get just everything that the Salvation is about, the wrath, the temptation, and all that. And, I did that. And, knowing that was the concept of the whole record, it just came to me about, rhyming in the sense of my notebook. And I'm talking to my notebook, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, yo, man, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if it's worth it. So much goes against you when you're trying to get in this. I'm just kind of getting in it a little bit, Dear Whoever, when I put this together, et cetera, so it just poured out, you know what I mean? And the title just, first thing I thought of was Dear Whoever, and obviously people listening, you can put it towards whatever. That's why it's called Dear Whoever. It could be about anything you want it to be about. It's just when you get to that moment of kind of being fed up, but knowing there's so much more in it that you want, and then the love and the passion pushing you through. And for me, it was me talking about my notebook. And then some people thought I was talking about a girl or different thing. And that's the beauty of art, because it's, you know, all about, you know, your interpretation and your perception. But it was me rapping. It was me speaking to my notebook, me speaking to my rhyme book.
It's crazy because when I listen to that song, like from the drop, do, and you know what I mean? It gives you that whole big band joint, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know what I mean? If you don't know, you think Sky gonna come sliding out with the bow tie about to give somebody a love song.
Right.
You know, but like you said, the way you put that together, and you're talking about the trials and tribulations with you and your pen, you know what I'm saying? And at the end, you let everybody know if they didn't know who you was talking about. You know what I mean?
Right, 100%. Yeah, it was something that just kind of came organically within the landscape of putting that album together. And there's a lot of people's favorite record off that album. They're like, yo, man, that record just hit me right in the heart, man. It made me cry, made me this, that, whatever, you know. So it was smooth, man. It was a good thing. You know, you want to tap in with people, you know, and when you can make people respond like that, that means they tapped in.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, and even though on that song you never touched on them, but one thing that I tell everybody about, I love your wire bars, bro. You know what I mean? Like, there's no show better than The Wire. You and I both agree on that. So, like I said, there's nobody to disagree. That's just our word rings right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you have multiple songs where you just connected those joints. You know what I mean? Like, one joint that sticks out, Click, with you and my man Torre, shout to Tor. But, you know, he was like, I'll be creeping on the come up like McNulty and Griggs, you know what I'm saying? That's right there, you know?
Yeah, appreciate it. There's a million Wire bars, man. You could do a Wire album just taking the songs that I mentioned the Wire on, you know what I mean? Like, there's a million of them, man. It really is a special thing. You know, I'm very, I mean, it's the greatest show ever, you know, the greatest drama, absolutely. Just the writing, and I aspire to be what David Simon is in that world. It like when I read his work and when I watch his work, that's some of my biggest inspiration as a writer. You know what I'm saying? Like, easily, without a doubt.
Yeah, man. And it's like, the thing is, you, like, for me, who's been listening to you since the beginning, I hear the growth. You understand what I'm saying? And I remember the 5-year plan. You know, the 5-year plan coming, and you succeeded. You hit that and you kept going. You know. And while we're talking about, like, some of my favorite joints, you know, I always talk to you every time we run into each other. Definitive Prayer. I tell you, like I tell everybody else, like, that's one of the most lyrical songs to me all time. I put that up there with Dex verse on Triumph, you know. So when I listen to Definitive Prayer, I hear how you literally wrote to the beat.
Right.
Like, that song to me is you having fun, but you just getting busy, man. Can you remember that, putting that together?
Oh yeah, 100%. That was at Illmind's house. You know, in 2011 and 2012, I was recording everything at Illmind's house. So he lived like 2 blocks away from me in Brooklyn. He was living in the Sty, and I could literally walk 2 blocks up, not even cross the street or turn the corner, just walk straight up for 2 blocks and be at his house. So 2011 and 2012, everything came out of his crib, man. What was it? The first Penny series, A Dream Deferred, The Great Debater, any feature verses I did, everything was done out of his crib. That was like my go-to studio for 2 years. And I went to him. I talked about it recently on, you know, when I posted for the 10-year anniversary of The Great Debate. I was like, yo, I literally called him one day, like, yo, man, I want one of them shits. One of them mixtape shits everybody got. Like, it's that one. I need one of them shits. What's up? Like, let's lock in. So he was like, let's do it. Come through 12 o'clock. So I went over there and we got busy. And I remember writing that joint. I don't remember what made me want to rhyme to that record, the David Axelrod record, just being a jazz head and a jazz fan. But I don't remember what made me want to do it. I know Wayne had did it with the surgery joint and all that. And I think that was before mine. I'm not sure. I think it was. But whatever the case was, I wanted to do that. And I just grabbed the actual joint. So when you listen to it, Nobody made that beat. That's just me rhyming to the actual song. And that's why there's so many tempo changes in it, because it's a jazz record. So it's going all over the place because it's a jazz record. Like it's not like I gave it to Illmind and he chopped it up and, you know, none of that. Like, it's me rhyming over a jazz song. And then it goes, and it gets crazy. And then it comes back. Yeah. And I just wrote around it. And I remember my intention was to just go nuts for the entire record. And I remember, I think the record is 82 bars. And I was like, oh, wow, I was born in 82. So that's cool. You know what I mean? But it was an accident. You know what I mean? But I think the record is 82 bars. And yeah, I just remember just acting a fool on it, man. Like, there's so much stuff 10 years later that people didn't get. There's so much stuff, man. Looking out the window and the Raekwon metaphor, and there's so much stuff that people didn't get off that. And this is 10 years later. And that's not trying to be funny or flex. That's just the truth. Like, you know, so I remember doing that. And I told Meezy, I was like, yo, I'm going to just sit in here and black out. If you want to close the door, leave, go do your thing, you know, because I was at his house. So he went in the living room and was doing whatever he was doing, watching TV, whatever. And I just sat in the studio room of his crib, closed the door, and just, you know, maybe over the course of like 2 hours, just was done. You know what I mean? I wrote that maybe over like 2 hours. I just sat there and I was in such a silly zone. I remember back then, man, I was writing verses. I mean, I write verses in 20 minutes. I write full songs in an hour. But I was on this warpath back then of just like, just clapping everything. Like, I was on this warpath, man. And that was a part of that. You know what I mean? Like, that was a part of that, man. Any beat I heard, I wanted in. I was like, I'm trying to tear that. I'm trying to tear this. I'm trying to tear that other thing. Like, you know, so that was a part of that, you know, and I wanted one joint on there that was just a long dumb out session. And that was the joint.
Let me tell you something, bro. That song just grabbed my attention from the moment. Like, I love how you always let the songs lead in, you know, and then it's just like, I listened to that song over and over and over and just was like, oh, he wrote to that part of the beat. Oh, he wrote to that part of the beat. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it was beautifully laid, and the way it ended, you know what I'm saying? Listen, bro. Like,
even the way I started it, because the beat starts with the keys, the boom, boom. And then when it all gets in, it goes, and that's why I said, as soon as the drums roll, I'm letting it unload. I'm letting it, because I was writing to the joint. So that's the part where I would come in at, and it was a drum roll. So I was like, all right, as soon as the drum rolls, I'm letting it unload. Boom, boom. You know what I mean? Like, and it just went off. So yeah, that was fun, man. That was a lot of fun.
And after the drum rolls, as soon as the horns lift, I picture it called "Shits of Feeling the Lord." Let me tell you, bro.
Yeah, you remember it better than me. I told you, man. I can't remember that record because it's 82 bars. Like, it's a long song. It's like a 4-minute dumb outfit. Like, I can't remember it. And I know every time I see you at a show, you like, yo, when you gonna perform Definitive Prayer live? I'm like, probably never, bro, because I don't remember it. It's so much.
You remember me asking me that is funny too, bro.
If that day ever comes, man, I will let you know ahead of time so you don't miss it. But I don't remember that. That's a hard record to remember. You know what I mean? Like, but you know, maybe one day. I don't know. Maybe.
Listen, man, if you do, just remember who got you to put that on the stage. So
it would literally be for you, bro. It would literally be for you. You know what I mean? Like, it would literally be for you, for sure.
Definitely. Now, people don't remember, man. Like, if they never saw, you know, your video, you know, you blessed me with the ability to be in one of your videos there. You know what I mean? Playing favorites.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yep. 100%. 100%. I remember that day.
Yeah, it was a bittersweet day for us, so I didn't get to holler at you, see if you even want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, it's cool. Yeah. I know where you're going with that. That's totally cool. Yeah, it was wild. Like, it was you and my man Ace Clark who put me on. So for those watching, it was a Saturday afternoon in August, and, you know, we shot the video for Playing Favorites, and we in the middle of shooting it. And we had Blue Smoke, which is, you know, a cigar bar in Brooklyn. And we had Blue Smoke, and we chilling, shooting the video. And in between sets where we had to drive to the next location, Ace and Simon pulled me to the side, and they was like, yo, man, like, I think I saw it pop up on a text or something like that, or something. It popped up as a headline on my phone, and I was like, what? And then Ace and Simon came over to me because they saw my face and was like, yo, yeah, we didn't want to say nothing in the middle of shooting because we didn't want to change the energy and get you down in the middle of the shooting. But yeah, P passed, boom, boom, boom. And it was that Sean Price had passed. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, Yeah, rest in peace to my brother P. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was crazy. You know, it was crazy. But y'all was right there with it. You know.
You know, shout out to Ace Clark. I see him in there with us for sure. You know, like for me, it was a high up until that moment because, you know, once again, one of my favorite MCs gave it a nine. Yo, just come down, jump in the video, and then right after that set, you get that, and it's just like, yo,
yeah,
man.
it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. But I know he looking down, listening in on the conversation. You know what I mean? So it's love always.
Absolutely, man. And we always gonna respect Sean P, Boot Camp, everyone, his wife,
Of course.
you know. So, but right now, Sky, you know, this All the Brilliant Things album, bro. Like, once again, the process is here. He's been telling me, he's like, yo, thanks for supporting my brother Sky, all that. Let him know, man, you know, we rock, bro, you know?
Yeah. No, 100%. You've been down from day one, like you said. You know, the 2010, that was the Duck Down anniversary joint, and you was there, man. But, you know, as far as this album, it was a long time coming. You know what I'm saying? It was a long time coming with it. It was something I started in August of 2019, and I finished in January of 2021. But there was a lot of breaks and pauses in between. It's not like I was working on it every day for a year and a half. Like, nah, it was a lot of pauses, you know. COVID shut down the stuff for a lot, you know what I mean? Because I didn't have a studio. So, you know, I'm down here in Atlanta now. So I got 2 or 3 studios in Atlanta that I use all the time. But then when COVID hit, I didn't have a studio. Like, everybody was just shook daddy, like, yo, nah, everything is shut down. Rightfully so. You know, we was in a wild time. So I'm going all this time without recording, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get in the studio somehow. So I've been talking about it for a while because my basement, which is I'm in now, my man cave basement or whatever, I've been talking about building a studio in here for a minute. And I was like, yo, man, the time has come. Let me just go online right now and get crazy. And I literally went on Guitar Center website and just dumbed out. I just tore my credit card in half, tore my bank card in half. Just, you know what I mean? Like, I just ordered everything I needed. Pro Tools, speakers, mics, this, computer, everything. Desktop, Mac, joint, everything. Like, I just burned a hole in my bank card and built a studio in the crib, you know. So from then on, I record everything right here. Like the second half of the album, half the record was recorded right here in the studio, you know. So, but you know, I had pauses in between, like, you know, it was not having a studio. It was, you know, my vocal cord thing when I had the surgery with my voice and I couldn't speak for a month. My grandmom's passing, so you know that tore me apart for a while. So, you know, it was a lot of things that got in the way. Even when I started the record, I started recording August 2019. The first day of recording the album, I had a back injury. Like, I pulled something in my back, and I had to lean on the wall in the studio while I was recording. So I had to use the wall as a brace. So I couldn't just stand up and get active with it, reading off the phone, whatever. I had to lean on the wall like this and just stay still and pull the mic towards me because my back was in excruciating pain. Like, it was wild. Back pain is the worst thing ever. Like, the only thing that's probably worse is probably childbirth. You know what I'm saying? Like, back pain. Back pain is a different monster, man. Like, it's crazy. So, like, I couldn't move. And I wrote, the first record I did was Free Jewelry, because every album, every mixtape, the first song is the first song I make. So whatever track 1 is on the project, that's always the first song I wrote and recorded for it. It's just a little thing I have, all going way back, going back to the Salvation, Bower Brothers, everything. Like, whatever track 1 is, that's the first song I wrote for the record. And then everything else kind of bounces all around. But so Free Jewelry was recorded with my back being torn, like, just awful pain, man. Like, you know, I was leaning on the wall, you know what I'm saying? So so the first day I was going through it on recording this album, it was crazy, you know what I mean? So, you know, but they say those types of things are when you know you got something special going on. When you got to go through all types of adversity and climb all these mountains, it means the outcome is going to be ridiculously special. And I think that's where we at. You know, I think the way people are responding to this record has been out of control. Like, people always dumb out when I drop, and it's a blessing. I don't say that as a flex. I say that as a blessing. You know, people always be like, yo, Sky, you did it. You got one of the best joints of the year. Oh, my gosh. You know, all the great things that people say. But with this one, it's been a really different animal. Like, everybody and their mother is like, nah, bro, like, this is it. This is really it. You know what I mean? And it's dope, man. I appreciate it. And I don't take that lightly. Every comment, every tweet, every DM, whatever. Like, I don't take it lightly, man. Like, it means the world to me.
Yeah, man. Listen, you know me. Every album that drop, I give you some time to breathe because I know you're gonna get those comments. I know you're gonna get those, but you know I gotta hit you with your Sky. You got another one, bro. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean. That's
Thank
just
you.
automatic.
Thank you, bro. Yeah.
You know, and that Free Jewelry, you said that's the first one you recorded. My goodness, like you recorded that like you just didn't want to record another song. Like you want to make that song it because that's how you lead off an album. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to keep the momentum once it's built like that. Like my part, make it a classic like my first LP. You know what I'm saying? Like
And the other 4 after it. You know what I mean? Meaning all my shit is classic.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And all the collaboratives.
And all the
you know
mixtapes in between and all the collaboratives. Meaning everything is a classic. Don't play with me. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying on that, you know?
Oh yeah. And I let them know it's just like, I mean, bar for bar, we can put it up against anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
You said with the Dumb Out sessions. I remember the Penny Series joints. I remember, you know what I'm saying? Like one of my favorite quotes I'll be hashtagging: "Nobody means more to a beat than Brother
Sky." Yeah, you always say that. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Penny Series was crazy. Both of them, the first and second. I remember really just being in such a dope zone as far as not really storytelling and all that type of stuff, but just acting up on beats when I did the Penny Series. The first and the second one, but that first one I remember just being in this really free-flowing zone as a writer, and you know, Brother Muzon, Guns with the Pies, feed you and leave you, like run to your demise. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just in a really nice free-flowing zone, man, and I had a lot of fun with that, man, for sure.
And I remember when you dumbed out on that black superhero music from Black Milk.
Yeah. That was another one of my favorites too. You know what I mean? Like, you know, shit is a family affair. And we deeper than the Silvers. You know what I mean? Like that was another one of my favorites too.
Yeah, like it's so funny because, like I said, anybody you could see me driving through town anywhere, banging some Skyzoo, some tour, shots, them live. You know, it's just like
that's real
thing. You know, and it's like no telling everybody that comes around me, they're like, "Yo, what you rocking? It's Sky now." You know what I mean? Like when you drop something, I get text messages. I get messages. Yo, you hear that new Sky? Because they know it's like. You to do like I always been going back forth from the jump, man, and it's just like the music speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta do nothing but press play. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way it should be. You don't need to, you know, because he, you know, he got this and he over here on this and he got this many followers and he did. It's not about that when it comes to the music and when it comes to the art. Just press play. All that other stuff is dope. You know, don't get me wrong. Yo, he just got a Pepsi deal. Yo, he just that. That's why you should listen to him. Nah, you should listen to me because it's dope. And all the other stuff comes with it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it's really about. And that's what we got to get back to for y'all, for the people, for the fans. You know, like, it's about that. The attention shouldn't be driven by, oh, so-and-so did this and did that. And, you know, such and such co-signed them and put their arm around them. So that's what, yo, listen, B, yo, you ain't heard it yet? Yo, here, listen to it. Oh, snap. Yo, son is crazy. Yo, so-and-so is crazy. Boom. That's what it's about. You know, like, it's about the music at the end of the day. Because you can't press play on no Pepsi deal. You can't press play on no Gatorade deal. You can't press play on no Levi's commercial. But what you can press play on is music. You know what I mean? Like, that's it.
And albums like that, I call them my press play and walk away albums, because once you hit play, you can walk around your house, do whatever you need. You don't have to run back to it and hit fast
skip
forward.
Around and right.
Now, the press play, walk away, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
You know? Now, my co-host, you probably seen me before, my man Big Noah. Come here real quick. He got a question for you, man.
Yeah.
You know, and one of his favorite songs too. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to ask you about
which song?
Remember, tell him which one it is.
What's up with the vibes?
What's up with the vibes?
Yeah.
Oh man. What's up with the vibes? Oh man, yeah. Off the Easy Truth, my brother Pablo Brown. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, when we did that record, so boom. So that beat, so we was on tour. Me, Apollo, Torre, Ugly Heroes. We was on tour in Europe. 2014? 2014. We was on tour. Ugly Heroes, Bower Brothers tour, whatever. We was in Europe, cool. So if you ever been to an Apollo show, he plays instrumentals before he brings the artists out. He just plays a bunch of instrumentals. Most of them are stuff that you heard, like off of Clouds and whatever. But sometimes he'll throw in joints that's not out. So we was doing sound check one day before the show, and he played this joint, boop, 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 boop. And I was like, yo. I was like, yo, what the hell is that? He was like, oh, man. He was like, nah, I don't know. It's just something, man. Something I made. I don't know. You know, it got an 808. It's different. I don't know. You know, my fan base ain't going to be really be with that. I was like, bro, I need that. You know what I mean? He played that, and he played what wound up becoming Things I Should Have Told My Friends. He used to play those two beats during sound check. And he was like, yo, these got 808s. They feel like some mainstream type joints. So I was like, nah, I need those. You know what I'm saying? And so Things I Should Have Told My Friends happened. And then, in 2016, which was 2 years after the tour, I brought it up. I was like, yo, where that 808 beat at that you used to play on tour 2 years ago? And he was like, all right. And he played it. And I was like, I need that. I know what I'm going to do with that. We got something. I'm telling you, if we need something for the radio, if we need something for placements on the game, I'm telling you, this the one. And we did it. And he loved the record. When it was done, he was like, yo, I can't believe I have like a joint that could work like on the radio and mainstream type shit. Like, yo, like we here, you know what I mean? Like regardless of you know, whatever, like he like having an 808 joint. He was like, I didn't think I would ever really do some 808 type shit, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? It really worked. And I love that record, man. Like when you do that record live, like when you come to the show and hear that record live, the way it tear up the speakers, it's different.
Yes. Let me tell you, bro, I got my phone, my trusty old raggedy phones, bro. I got tons of footage, man. You know how I get down at the show.
Absolutely.
The Apollo Brown show, the Easy Truth right here, signed by both of y'all too.
There you go.
That was at the Middle East in what was it?
In Boston,
Shout out to Cyrus too. He put that together.
Shout out to my man Cyrus.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, now you said something about placements. People don't realize that they may hear your music and not know they hear your music.
Right.
Like, take a second and just like mention some of the placements you had, bro.
Oh man, HBO, ESPN, NBA, Buffalo Wild Wings, NBA 2K, Madden, Grand Theft Auto.
That's fire.
I know I'm forgetting some. There's a good amount. I know I'm forgetting some. I can't think of the rest. There's a good amount though, for sure.
Yeah, but definitely, man. It's like, because I tell people, I'm like, yo, my man Skyzoo, and I'm like, no, like Jesse's younger brother, he be playing the game. I forgot what game it was. I think it was Grand Theft Auto. And it was like, the chase is on. I'm like, yo, that's my brother right there. You know
that's an oldie too. Static Selector plugged that. Shout to Static. That's like 2010. They had him do the whole soundtrack. And so he was putting records together, and he called me and was like, yo, let's get this joint. I was like, yeah, absolutely. So shout to Praise on here too. He said NBA Live 16. Yep, because we did a joint together that wound up on Live 16, Falling Out the Sky. So that was dope. Oh yeah. Like I said, it always slips me like all the joints that I've gotten, man. Like it's been a lot, but that's a blessing to be able to say that, you know.
Yeah. Let me tell you, man, because once again, the music speaking for itself. You know what I'm saying? And you never had to do anything other than drop your music. And also shout to Praise for sure, because one of my people, once again, I want to thank you, Sky, because you and Tor, like the relationships that I've built with people, just the organic ones, have been mostly going through y'all shows.
Yeah, that's how we connected, man. Just you coming to every show. For those who don't know, who's watching, man, every time I do the Blue Note, Simon rents a bus and he loads up like 40, 50 people from all over New York and Connecticut and Jersey and all that. And they drive down and they take a bus trip to Blue Note and have liquor and food and whatever on the bus and just vibe out. And that's incredible. Like, I never known a supporter. I'm not going to say a fan. I'm going to say a supporter and a fam, F-A-M, you know what I'm saying? Like, to come through and do that on the humble on their own. Like, I don't ask him to do that. I don't get I don't give him no paper. He don't get no paper from that. It's just him being a supporter and being family, man. And that's real. You know, I ain't never seen nothing like that. That's real. Every time I do Blue Note, Simon pull up with the college basketball team size bus, you know what I'm saying, full of people. And you know what I mean?
Stars, bro.
And it's love, you know what I mean? I love it. I ain't never seen nothing like it, you know. So you know, it's all good, man. You're a very classy individual, my brother. You definitely appreciate it.
Oh man, Scott, thank you so much for that, man. And
you know it.
Before you go, because like I said, I know your time is limited. Thank you so much for this.
Yes.
You know, but let everybody know the tour dates you got coming up, man. If they
we're doing some spot dates, you know, because it's you know, it's different with COVID. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if Heads is doing whole tours yet. You know, I'm not there yet, because I'm trying to be careful and, you know, whatever. But I've been getting approached about some spot dates. So I'm doing LA tomorrow at Catch One, and then on Saturday I'm doing Pegasus Lounge in Tampa, Florida. So I got LA tomorrow, and then I got Tampa on Saturday, and then July 2nd I'm gonna actually be with Ace Clark in New York. I'm doing a spot called New Blue 151 with Ace Clark. So I'll be out there July 2nd. So that's going to be dope. And then, you know, throughout the summer, there's going to be a lot of spot dates. Throughout the summer, you'll see me pop up here and here. So they won't be a tour strung together, but every other weekend, you'll see me at different spots, you know. So that's coming up. And All the Brilliant Things is out right now. You know, I'm just so appreciative of everybody, you know, who's been supporting and really showing that love and really being there 150%. It's a serious piece, man. People calling it a masterpiece. They're calling it the album of the year. They're calling it art. They're saying it should go in the Library of Congress and all this amazing stuff, man. And who am I to judge and deny that? You know what I mean?
I'm not mad at none of that, because one of my favorite songs on there also, Culture-ish, bro. I throw that on. Me and Noah's in the car, like me and you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's that ride out. You can ride from here. I can ride from Connecticut to Cali and back. He's like, he's just rocking, man. Like, that's one of those vibes, slow vibes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I see Asa Room 30. My bad if I'm saying your name wrong. I see you got June 30th for Atlanta. No, that's July 30th. July 30th, I'm going to be doing a joint down here in Atlanta. So I'll have details on that as well, but it's at 529. But, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all 100%. You know, I need one of them hats. You know what I'm saying? I need one of them hat. Is awesome. But yeah, you know, so I'm just I'm excited about just rolling out this album. And you know, I only did one show off this album so far, and it was such an amazing time. You know, so I'm very excited about continuing to perform this album. You did the
live joint for the album release, word?
Yeah, that was that joint. Yep.
Yeah, I was online on I was in attendance online. Shout out to your wife, Courtney. I never really call about first name. It was one of those proper things, but she's like, Simon, it's me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo.
Oh, yeah. She told me, she was like, yeah, Simon was on there, and so-and-so. I was like, oh, word up. So you fam at this point, like I said, you know?
Well, I appreciate that, bro, man. Once again, thank you for taking your time. It's my man, SKYZOO. Brooklyn Bred MC, FGR. You know, he's one of my boys, one of my peoples, and he took his time for the very first Regular Cat Convo, man.
I'm honored by that, man, to be the first one to crack that door. I'm honored by that, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody on the chat. I'm seeing some people that I know. You know, shout out to Illa G. I see him on here. That's the bro. He's a monster, man. I'm ready for some new Illa music, baby. Where that, man? I'm ready for some new Illa music.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man.
Shout out to my man on here. I didn't see his name. He asked about if I cracked the XO. You know, I absolutely did. I appreciate that always. Yeah, so, you know, we out here, man. You know, if I'm in your city, pull up and let's have a good time and let's represent this album. You know, let's talk about this album and let's bring this thing to life, man. You know, it's a very important record that people need to know. You know, it's very important about what's going on with gentrification, what's going on with cultural appropriation, and the things that's being taken from us as far as our culture and what we create. You know, we're the only group of people, I'm gonna put it like that. We're the only group of people who, when we create something, it gets snatched from us, and then they try to sell it back to us for quadruple and tell us what's real about it and what's not, and how we should be doing it better and how not. That doesn't happen with anybody else, no matter what. Any genre of music, any line of fashion, even down to the food. Like, it don't happen to nobody else but us. We so easy to let stuff get stripped from us and taken from us just to try to get in and get some validation with them. And we got to cut all that out. We need more Regular Cat Convos, because I'd rather jump on here with you. I'd rather jump on here with you than somebody who don't get it, but they see I'm buzzing at the moment, so they just gonna get me because, but they really couldn't care less if I was on their show or not. I'd rather build with you because you tapped in, and we gonna blow your joint up to where you become the next whatever podcast in a year, and you the biggest thing. You know, like that's what it's about.
Bro.
It's about
Thank
really.
You. That means a lot,
it's really about us having ownership of our thing, you know, and
yes.
we the only ones that be letting that happen, and we got to stop letting that happen across the board, not just music, but music, fashion,
everything.
Film, you know, our artwork, everything, just everything we create. Heads come in and be like, oh, that's live, yo, let me get that. And we so quick to want to be accepted by them and want some of that paper they got. Yeah, go for it, please, yeah, please, and then it get taken from us, and then we wake up and be like, damn, what happened? You know what I mean?
What we had, word.
Had, HAD, absolutely. So we just gotta do better as a people, man, and I'm all for it. That's why I haven't turned down a single Zoom, a single Instagram live. I don't care who it is, because you young, you coming up, you new to it, you been at it, whatever it is, we gotta support our own. So I haven't turned down nothing. I'm zoomed out. You know what I mean? I've been doing 20 Zooms a day. I'm zoomed out, man. But I'm cool with it though. I love it. You know, like let's keep this thing rocking, man. Let's own ours. Let's control ours, and let's dictate what it is, and not the other way around.
And that's why I did this too, because I can dictate the platform, what's gonna be here. And this is one of the things I want to make it family friendly. Let everybody know that hip hop is still reaching all age groups. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I want to thank you, bro. And like you said, that album, man, like I could hear it. Like when I tell people about the album before I let you go, all the brilliant things, I tell them, you could tell Sky is talking about that gentrification. You could tell it bothers him, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they moved into your apartment, like they got roommates, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, now they the ones telling you about Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Hold up.
You've been here a year.
Word.
Been here 38 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? So, you know, we just got to continue to do that. So it's a really important piece on that and on that side. And you know, I'm gonna wrap it up with you, but I want to leave it with this. You know, a lot of people dropping records. Some of them are cool. Some of them are really great. Some of them are whatever. But nobody's doing on a record what I'm doing on this record. Period. Point blank. I don't care who it is, because no one is tackling these issues and these subjects and taking them head on and really going for it and putting it on the line the way I am with this, you know, bottom line. And I'll put that up against anybody, no matter whoever dropped. Some of the stuff that dropped this year is awesome, really, really dope. But nobody's doing what I'm doing and leaving something that's going to last here forever, talking about what's going on with us, what we need to fix, how we need to go about it, and still entertaining you and being great lyrically and quadruple entendre and all that at the same time. So, you know, heads ain't even get, you know, Flip A to Z and Cruise, Word to a Phase On, All Love. So we're going to break it down like this real quick. Flip A to Z and Cruise. Okay, flip from A to Z, meaning get from here to there, and then cruise and then take off and leave it. Okay, that's one. But then you say A to Z and Cruise. AZ, Anthony Cruz, the rapper, his last name is Cruz. All right, flip A to Z and Cruz, Word to a Phase On. Okay, AZ Phase On is AZ from the Paid in Full era and all that. So, which was Ace in the movie. His name is AZ Phase On. So flip A to Z, AZ, and Cruz, the rapper AZ. Cruz is his last name. Word to a Phase On. AZ Phase On from Paid in Full. All Love. Phase On Love, the actor. So I connect 4 different things together. Flip A to Z and Cruise, Word to a Phase On, All Love, or whichever part that the phase on. 100,000 years in the coupe to set the stage for scene set. Play your role and bet your scene stretch. Carry the loop forever like it was Keith Sweat. Bet it last. Okay, so Keith Sweat made Make It Last Forever. Mariah Carey sampled it. Carry the loop forever like it was Keith Sweat. Bet it last. So yeah. Heads ain't doing that, man. Listen, Heads ain't doing that.
You only getting that on the regular cat combo, bro. That was unexpected. Just like some of Scott's shows, he got the top out there and Mass, and he got to rebody some Apollo Brown samples. But once again, thank you for taking the time, Scott, my brother, my friend, my man.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, man. I gotta go pack for LA tomorrow. LA, I'll see y'all, man. And let's get it. Holla, yeah, that's light work, baby. You know it. Holla been there since day one. Holla know it. But yeah, so we keep it going, man. My man Simon, the regular cat convo, man. You appreciate it. Keep this thing going for hip hop, and let's do it, man. I'll be around. You know me, man. I'll get with y'all soon. Peace and love always.
Peace out, bro. I'm gonna holla at you, man.
You know it.
Word. So once again, y'all, this is Sasha Rock, the regular cat. I want to thank y'all for joining me. You know, Sky took time out of his day, like you heard. He's packing. He's about to hit the plane, get that tour, that show going. Check his IG, Skyzoo the writer. You know, you'll be able to check all his dates whenever some pop-up shows have become available. He got some fire merch available. That Yankee hat, he's like I told him, he's the only way I'm gonna rock a Yankee hat for my brother Sky, because you already know blue and orange all day. That's the Mets, Knicks, Giants here. But I want to thank y'all once again for joining me here at the Regular Cat Convo, our first episode. Thank you to everybody, my co-host Big Noah, you know, Moon, my lady Jess, Elite Minds of Hip Hop, anybody. Listen, the first one, we got it down, you know. I got my man here, I got Big Noah with me. We want to thank y'all, man. And, you know, like I said, this is organic. This is me sharing with you guys my experiences in hip hop. This is the first one with so much more to come and so much more to bring to y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. Sasha Rock, the regular cat, Big Noah. For everybody, you want to just say peace out. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.